welcome. You got me to start with, Helen and Pat. She's back from a holiday and we missed you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, properly missed her. I don't ever get the same vibe. I don't think they ever miss me, you know, when I'm not around. Okay, so let's think about posture. Before we get going, I need you to think about what you look like. How's that posture looking like? So if you're sat, take your back away from the back of the chair. So you need to be imagining you're sat on a stool, there's nothing to support your back, and you are long and tall, shoulders back and down. The same in stand. In stand, we still talk about that lovely, stronger base of support. The closer your feet are together, the more of a challenge this is. So we think about a nice base of support. And even then, mic is on. Has it gone to mute again?
No.
Okay. So we're thinking about nice and tall, thinking about that lovely posture, shoulders back and down. Chin tucked. Not here. Here. So it's a nightmare, ladies. All our lives have been talking about a double chin, and here I am saying just tuck it back. Because as soon as we do that, it helps us with our weight distribution through our body. Okay, let's think about mobilizing the body. So let's start with a heel lift. Heel lift or a heel pump, which, as you know, is the law. So if there's nothing else you can do today, give me a heel pump. Okay, in sit and stand. The idea is I'm preparing you, I'm preparing your mind, preparing your body to be more active in this session. Okay, arms. That's back in the space or not? Neck long, shoulders back and down. Okay, right, we're going to slow down the marching. Feet wider in sit or stand, and we're just going to stretch out one arm and then the other. What this looks like will be a twist. And just trying to get your spine moving, little rotations everywhere.
Just going to swap it, see if it's better, because some of them can't.
I can't hear you.
I'm just going to swap it. Because some of them can't hear you. I'm just going to try it.
Okay.
And this, hands to thighs, towards the knee, towards each knee. Think about keeping your tummy nice and tight so we can use those tummy muscles to bring ourselves back up, okay? Got it? Lovely. Good. Okay, so this is about mobility. So let's go back to the lower limb. One side only, heel pump. Got it? It's just a heel lift. The toe is down on the ground. Switch sides, other side, heel lift. What I'm trying to do here is start to talk to the body. Heel, knee, hip, balance. Okay, now here we go. Toe tap, heel tap, toe tap, heel tap. Got it? So you can use a chair for support. Heel, toe, back away from the back of the chair. Lovely. Okay, switch sides. Heel, toe. Just work with it. So if you're out and about and you're thinking, Helen would like me to exercise today, I would normally, as a rule of thumb, I would go start at the bottom and work up. So what do I need to do to get my ankles nice and mobile? What do I need to do? It's just about pumping the area, get some movement in the areas. So I like a bit of an Elvis knee. Lovely. And then let's go wide base of support, hips side to side. In sit, In sit, I want you to think about a bottom cheek lift. So you're transferring and lifting, like you've got a bit of wind. Transfer and lift, transfer and lift. Okay, so we're going hip, hip. What if we did a circle? Try going in one direction and then the other. Lovely. Okay. Now, those in sit, I want you to hip walk forward and hip walk backwards. This is probably one of the most important movement patterns that we ever teach, is this hip walk forward and backwards in a chair. In stand, what I'm looking for is a heel lift and lower. Heel lift and lower. You're going to get me a bit of side profile. What are you trying to do, Pat? Come in then. The reason being, I know you can't see my face right now, but the reason being, this is all about your hip walking forward and backwards. This is all about just targeting what's going on around in the waistline and getting these muscles to talk. So upper body, lower body. So I'm going to keep reinforcing this position. When we get frightened, we go into fight, flight, or freeze mode, right? Rabbit in the headlights. We understand that phrase. Literally, that happens to our bodies. When we get frightened, we get panicky. You keep going. Okay, so this movement is the movement that we perform so you can stay steady on your feet or get yourself into a place of safety. In addition to that, this is nice and cushy and it starts to make you feel nice and lovely. Right, okay, so what I'd like to do today in stand, what I'd like you to do in sit is just to extend one leg and then the other. Okay. In stand, we're lifting one knee, then the other. Okay. So keep going. You're squeezing the thigh muscle at the front to get that leg nice and high. Okay. Here in stand, slightly different. We're looking to get a high knee. This is still part of our mobility, okay? Now, watch. I'm going to do a circle. Did you see that? And Pat's going to do exactly the same movement in a chair. And the reason being, I'm on a bed. I'm going to go high. Bear with me. I told you this was going to be a bit of a crazy session. So most of us have quite high beds that we sit on. So we're sat in our bed at night and I need to lie down. So I need to get my leg up, right? So I've got to think about getting my feet up on that bed. So this movement, this hip circle, is helping us with our mobility to get on and off a bed. So there are lots of ways to help you get into bed better, but let's start by circling those hips. So lovely big movement. And so there's method in the madness.
Is it okay if your hip clunks?
Is it okay if your hip clunks? Pain or no pain?
No.
Is that your hip? Is that what you just say?
But they might be
So if there's like, but any joint will clunk. So it's as long as there's not pain and we're making you do an exercise that is really, really uncomfortable, we need to be mindful of that. But we also need to think about habit forming and movements that we do to help us stay at home and maintain independence. And that's important for all of us, isn't it? Now, your hips might be a bit tired now, so we're just going to take a bit of a break from that. Okay, so what I'm looking for in stand is your body to be close to a chair, and I want you just to tap back. So you're keeping your chest close to the chair or wall, but one leg is going back further. In sit, adjust, okay? So in sit, what I'd like you to do is just almost like perch on your chair, feel safe. But I'm looking for you to take your leg back and forth. So we'll just try it on one side only, back and forth, in stand, just to reinforce that message. So this enables us to stretch out through the front of the hip flexor, but also starts to wake up any stiffness that might be there in the back, and that's really important, okay? So we're alternating, switch sides in chair, alternate in stand. Lovely. Now I'm going to add into this because I'm nosy, so I'm going to shift my weight. And why I'm saying I'm nosy, coming back onto the back foot and having a little check over my shoulder at the same time. Not particularly fast, but enough for me to not feel dizzy, have a little check, make sure they're doing what they're supposed to be doing in your kitchen when you're not allowed in your kitchen. Back to the earlier conversation. And this is shifting weight. So the same, we can do this in sit. Again, think about how you're sit, because we want to really get at you in a seated position. Think about just leaning forward into a diagonal and then back into the opposite corner. So forward and back, forward and back, and alternate. So we're just messing it up a little bit today, because here's the thing, we are creatures of habit. So my mum, God bless her, is a nightmare because she knows her home environment. She loves being at home. She's nervous about coming down to visit because I don't have all her things in my house. So she's nervous. So it's stopping her having these experiences with me and her grandchildren because she's nervous about being in my house because she's in a bungalow, I'm in a house. So what I want you to understand, these movements are designed for you to have more confidence around not only your home, but other places that you could go to that you might be a little bit nervous about going to because you're worried. You're worried about a toilet or a step or stairs, chairs that haven't been adapted. All of these things stop us doing things. So let's just try and make this as functional and as punchy as possible, yeah? Okay, well done. So we're migrating, we're marching, we're thinking about our heart health. So in sit or stand. So remember, we're week 18, we're starting to push the edges now. I'm looking for a march. In sit or stand. Now, use your arms, do whatever you need to do. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to be more than what you were doing about 30 minutes ago. So it's important. And pace, here's the other thing. You don't have to be fast. Do exactly what makes you feel good. And I can guarantee, no matter what, you're going to feel a little more breathless, and that's completely okay and normal. So this is about just building your endurance. What we understand is that we are maybe not as inclined to walk around the block, less inclined to nip to the shops, and less inclined to do things, go to places if there's nowhere to park. So this is about building that endurance so we can walk from one end of a car park to another, that we can have better independence. Okay, remember this, the two-step. Yeah, I love this.
Well done.
Yeah, so this is it. Pat's going, I want to dance. Is your mic not working?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, so
okay.
you just want to dance, that's right.
I do. I told you last week, there's songs that come into my head.
Mm-hmm.
So in sit, the same thing. What we've learned over the years is the success of people really taking on board the double step. And this is us pottering around the garden, pottering in the kitchen, around the home. So it doesn't have to be side to side. If you want to slowly turn, that's rebels. There you go. Look at me having a little turn around. And I'm just stepping, I'm just having a look at my walls, having a little mooch, two steps, bit of music on. Doesn't have to be dry, and just move more, sit less. Lovely. So by now we're starting to smash those steps in, yeah? Okay, what if we made it a little bit more intense? What if we started to lift the legs more, or maybe use the arms more? Now, I love this because this is just use your arms to make shapes. Use your legs to make shapes. Do whatever you need to do, but do it big, okay? And we're going to go make this as big as possible for about 20 seconds. Ready? Okay, let's go. Now, some of you might find speed works. Some of you might find legs only or just prefer arms. Here's the tip. The bigger you are, the more we're expending energy. We are using more oxygen in so we can breathe hard and breathe well. Keep going. I'm just having a little look at you off camera. You're looking good. You're looking lovely. Keep going. Well done. And rest out, rest out. So you can see Pat's doing lots of variations. Rest out means not stop. It means smaller. Breathe in. Slower. Good. And it's this piece, it's in this moment that we focus on active recovery. So gentle pump of the heels. Give yourself a moment as we're going to go again, team. Okay, here we go. Nice and big. I'm doing the double steps and I'm going for big arms in all directions because I'm just mobilizing and it feels like this is the movement I need to be doing. That's fine. Big, large. You choose your pace. I'm expecting you to feel breathless. I'm expecting that. I'm expecting you to feel warm, and it's all good stuff. It's all part of the training here to build your endurance. Well done. Keep going. 3, 2, and slow it down. Reduce it. Make it smaller. Use your breath. Regulate your pace. Got it? I can't resist.
No.
Little wiggly shoulders. Yeah. Woo. Okay, lovely. One more round. Should we do one more round? Yeah. Okay.
If they're up for it.
Right. Of course they're up for it. Look at them. It's week 18. Yeah, look at that. Noreen's going, yeah. Right. So just because I can, I think I'm going to do big steps forward and backwards. And arms. Oh, check me out. So we don't have to go side to side. We can do whatever we like, right? Your exercise. Choose things that make you feel good. Well done. Bigger. Let's go. We're in. We've committed to this final round. That is really important to know. This is the last time I'm going to make you do this today. Yeah, your arms might be tired. Use your breath. Keep smiling. Get those happy hormones kicking off. Lovely jubbly. Woo! Excellent work. Bring it down. Make it smaller. Let's pace. So it's okay to go big, go large. It's really important for your heart muscle. Well done. And you know where I'm going to go next with this. Wide base way. So I encourage you to stand if you can. Take your time. This is about just really slowing down and working towards swaying and shifting weight, because this is all balanced stuff. Now Pat's going for a classic movement, nice and slow, drift in the arms. If you want to, you can slow it down to the point of almost holding one leg off the floor. And if you are doing that, what you will be experiencing is tension around the hip and into the bottom. And we expect that to happen. So don't worry. It is important to slow it down. And when I say slow it down, super mega slow it down. Super mega slow it down. Lovely, good job. Okay, so last week, so Pat, so really and truly, you don't have to keep marching at this point because we've done the cardio bit, but I like to incorporate it because I just think we're here, we're exercising, let's just keep you warm. So what I'd like us to do is some heel toe walking forward and backwards, okay? So just familiarize yourself with just traveling forward in a normal fashion. Notice how your heels feel, heel toe, focus on the big and second toe, focus on the arch of the foot. Okay, so Pat is just stepping forward and backwards in her chair. But again, at this point, I would expect you to be more out of your chair. So even if it's standing and taking 1 foot forward and backwards, okay? Like really sort of pushing the edge a little bit here. If you feel that you can do this, then do this, okay? Don't rely on that chair all the time. Okay, now what I'm going to do now is make the movement tighter and more of a challenge by walking as if I'm on a balance beam, heel, toe, heel, toe. So balance beam walking forward and backwards. So again, this is really important because this is about challenging balancing. Nothing has to be done quickly. So, and even if you pause in that position, we would encourage that because that really does make you challenge and think about what do I need to do to stay steady on my feet. So it's okay. You don't have to rush anything. And all of this is very valid and evidence-based movements. Well done. Well done. Okie dokie. So let's just come back to a heel pump. Because what I'd like to do with you is to do a tip toe walk and then a heel walk. So I'm assuming I'm in my kitchen. This is my kitchen side here. And I'm going to come up onto my toes. 4, 3, 2, 1, heels down. Then I'm going to turn. Still got my side, heel up. 4, 3, 2, 1, down, turn. Pat's doing the same. She's up on her tiptoes. Up, and down. Up. Down. Tip toe walk. Now, I get this. I have a neuroma on my foot. Walking on my tiptoes kills. So foot pain is horrible, isn't it? But we still need to keep that mobility and that strength in the feet irrespective. Okay. Really important exercise. Now, the opposite of that, onto heels, I'm going to demonstrate against the wall in a little while. Okay, so with balance, we've done wide base sway into toe balance, and we've done walking forward and back, and we've done heel toe walks. Okay, Pat wants to do a flamingo stand today. So scooching the leg behind you. Here's a tip. As you stand, right, as you stand and the leg comes behind you, try and get both legs the same, equal and balanced. So what often happens is this. So I don't want that. I need that. Leg back, squeeze bum, squeeze the back of your thigh. Okay, in sit, hover, one leg only, and hold that hover. Rest out, switch sides, well done. Okay, so we're thinking about the lift. Thighs the same height. The static leg, we don't want to lock out that knee, we just have that knee nice and off lock because it really helps to stabilize the movement. We're holding it there, and then step out of it. Well done. Okay, we're going to do this one more time each side. So we're thinking about that flamingo stand. Hold it there, hold it there. Everything has to work to keep you in position. And step out of it. Well done. Last time, up, heel to bum, hold that. Octopus arms completely valid. Step out. Well done, team. Okay. Right. How do we feel? You all right?
Yeah, my legs hurt.
Yeah? Feeling it?
Mhm.
Okay. So what I'd like us to do is think about wall exercises. So it's a bit of a challenge because you guys are watching us. Some of you are on your desks. Some of you can move your iPad so you can see. Pat's going to just adjust the camera and hopefully you can see me. I'm here. So that's it. Okay, so hopefully you can see me. Hello, wall. So we underutilize the door in the wall. Make sure for a start that the door doesn't open out on you because you don't want to fall through, right? So let's risk assess this. I need this to work well for me. Okay, so in the first place, we're going to have a look at press ups. Now we did this last week and I said, don't worry about where you pop your hands because I don't. So I normally recommend these patterns: low, narrow hands, low, wide hands, alternating high, low, alternating high, low. So there are 4 options. Looks like this. I'm close to the wall. I'm stepping back from the wall, lowering my face and pushing away. Got it? So those that can do, those who don't have a wall nearby, chairs work too. So lowering and pushing, putting your body weight into your hands, pushing. Okay? Some of you might be able to do this against a coffee table as well. And I'm really encouraging you to stand and do it against a wall space. Really am. So you can also think about just pushing your hands and lifting your bottom. Similar movements, similar muscle groups that you're targeting, but all worth the go. All right? So if you get tired, just move away. And then what I'd like you to do is just pop your bottom and back and shoulder blades and head against the wall. Okay, now watch. Just going to bend the knees. I've got a wide base, little bend of the knees, and I'm just going to hold myself here against the wall and breathe. Got it? Yeah? Okay, so we're working the legs. Shoulders against the wall, bottoms against the wall, working the legs, breathing. Just I've slid down a little bit and I'm leaning against this door. Well done, well done. Slide up, move against the wall. Woof. Told you it'd be crazy today. Right, now, whilst you're freaking out, but still with, I want you to watch. So what am I doing? I've got my shoulder against the wall and my hand on the outside of my body is pushing me off the wall. Now, when do you think you've used this before? Previously, you've been cooked in bed and you'll push yourself off the bed. Okay? Same thing. Right, switch sides. So if you can lie on your side and do that, that'd be quite helpful. So this is when we're starting to explore alternatives. So Pat is doing exactly the same movement sequence, but she's pushing her body weight off the bed. Okay? So God forbid you're on the floor and you didn't choose to be there. You pause, fight, flight, and freeze, breathe. You're trained. Your muscles are getting stronger to push you upright and into a place of safety. Okay, well done. Give yourself a rest. Okay, so let's revisit the press up against the wall or door. High, low hands. Lower in. Then if you want to be bold and brave, what you can do is take the hands away and then land on them again. Push away and land. Got it? Yep. So all variety. So it doesn't matter. Don't be prescriptive with the movement. Just give it welly. Do what you can. But all of this, excellent, Jenny. Good. Adapt. You've got to adapt to your environment and adapt to your strength. Lovely. Well done, lovely people. And release, relax. Give yourself a moment, grab some water, and we're going to come back to our chairs because I want to see what you look like kneeling again. So can we just adjust the camera, please, lovely girl? What's up?
I'm just trying to mute somebody. That was
What, love?
that's all right. Ignore.
Right. Okay. So last week I talked about bending that knee and getting that knee to touch the ground. Some point we've all got to give this a go, team. What I'm looking for is I'm not doing any routines here. Grab the chair, big space between front leg and back leg, bend the knee. So I like to maybe pop my knee down on a cushion, use my upper body because I've just warmed that bit up to push myself up. I'm using a chair, a cushion, and I know that I can use my upper body to get myself upright. This is, it's a contentious subject. So Pat, can you join me with trying to get that knee to touch?
Yeah.
And then rise from the floor. So it really, don't be prescriptive.
Yeah.
So we got to think about getting on and off the floor. And what do we need to do to practice it? It's hard, okay? So, you know, I don't underestimate how tough this could be, but we've been doing all the right exercises to get you to this point. So just work with us, trust the process. Then you might get tired, so you might want to try a different leg, like the fourth or fifth leg, try a different leg. Well, I'll just take that one off and put another one on. So just try it out, see how it feels. And it's not easy stuff, I get that, but needs to be done, right?
And it can help just taking that weight through the arms as well.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, taking the weight through the arms. That's why we did the wall stuff, because we're already prepped. That's why we're doing these exercises. So you're already putting yourself into a really good place of strength. Lovely jubbly, okay. Last time. You might need to want to have a little sit down after that. Can I have a, sorry, darling, can I have a thumbs up? Lovely. Oh, good. They're all good. So they're still good. Good, 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 good. Okay, so this last bit is about band work, and I'd like Pat to, well, I can either instruct it, but I want you to do all the floor equivalents.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And just wing it. So
Yeah.
either that or you instruct bands and I'll do the floor. I don't mind. Are you on the floor or not?
You want me to do the floor?
I want to
you want me to do that
demonstrate.
on the floor.
Yeah.
With the band.
I'll do the band.
Right.
Right. So
I'm going to
just
do it from
for,
here.
you're going to lie on there.
No, I'm going to get up and go on the floor.
All right.
Is that
Okay.
one?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So listen, I want to have a go at exploring getting on the floor. Pat's going to go from a low sofa onto the floor. You can do this on a sofa or wait to watch this part of the recording and then do it in your own time, in your own place. So what she's doing is getting those knees on the floor, shuffling backwards. Don't be prescriptive, just do whatever you need to do to get there. And then when you're down there, you're already in the best place. So the first thing Pat's going to do when she's all nice and cushioned in, she's got a little cushion under her ears and her knees are bent. She's just going to lift and lower the top leg. Okay, so this is she's keeping the heels together. So this is called clam. Okay, so for those in sit or those choosing not to be on the floor or sofa today, join me. Okay, so what she's doing, and again, please don't be prescriptive with this. She's trying to get the knees apart. So I'm going to do the same using an exercise band. Bit of science. Gravity, the force is stronger here. So for Pat to hold her knee up and hold it is quite a challenge, okay? Which is why we do it this way with an exercise band. So it's still strength. The slower you do this lying down, the better. And you can do this before you get up in the mornings. Controversial, can do this before you go to sleep. So open and close. Again, it doesn't have to be too onerous. But what if Pat straightened that leg? There you go, and lifted and lowered. Yeah? Okay, so variation for that. For me, I would go for a straight leg and then take it out and in and down. So up and out and in and down. So I'm trying to think, like, I'm trying to replicate that movement using similar muscle groups, but in a seated position. In stand, just again to put it into context, out and in. Yeah? So lots of variations. So what normally happens is I go, oh, I can't do that. And then just opt out. But actually you can do similar things in all positions. Okay, well done. Give yourself a rest for a moment. And we're going to repeat that on another side. On another side, because you got 4. Okay, so did you see what Pat just did? She just rolled on her belly from one side to the other. Again, that's something that we don't do very often. So just figuring out, shimmying across the floor, just go for it. Just go for it. Okay, so she's gone back into clam on the other side. This time what I'm doing, again, the band is around my knees and thighs, but my starting point is wider. Okay, so not only am I going to push wide, I'm just going to hold it in tiny little presses. So I'm working a deeper level now when I'm in sit. Pat's working on the other side, lying on the sofa or the bed or the floor, feeling safe and guided. You all right, our kid? Yeah. Okay, and then she did the long leg, so she straightened off the knee. And what I did was to lift, go wide, forward and down. Now, I'm strong in my center, but if you feel that you need to lean back to perform the movement, that's fine. It really is. You just need to work through this and just give it the best part of you. Because honestly, team, we're nearly done. Lovely. Last time. Woo. Thumbs up or down, yes or no? Yeah? Gives you confidence, yes or no? Yeah, because it's designed. I mean, the evidence tells us if you keep doing this, you're going to make improvements. Now, the final couple is the hip bridge, which I'm a massive, well, me and Pat are. So it's about lying on your bottom, lying back and raising your hips and lowering your hips, okay? So she's doing that lying down. In sit, I'm looking to lift, 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 and lower, lower, lower. So the idea is that we're still working the quads, lift, lift, and lower. So the descent, the lower, is slow. And when you lower, I want you to really squeeze your bum muscles. Try not to let any wind out. So lowering in, I love that because I can actually see your eyeballs going. Try not to let any wind out. Try not to let any wind out. So the bridge thing really helps us with our back pain. So this is a really, really nice exercise to do. Okay, remember that. Lovely. Now Pat is going to, I wanted you on your back, on your belly as well. So, and the final exercise that I want Pat to have a look at is to lie on her belly and lift one leg and lift the other. Okay. Oh, I can see your pants. Right. Okay. So just watch this for a second. She's lifting one leg off the ground and putting it down and then lifting the other. Now, what that looks like in stand. So you can practice that. In stand, we actually did it in part of our warm-up today, but it's lifting one leg and popping it down. In sit, it's more of a challenge to get this to fire in the same way. So it's really only in stand or lying on your belly will really activate these muscles. If you imagine how often we spend sitting, we get tight here, and many of us as we age, we struggle with that back pain. This is a really nice back strengthening exercise. Okay, rest your legs. The final exercise Pat's going to do before we come back into towards finishing the class is to push her upper body away from the ground. So her hands are in front of her and slightly parted, and she's pushing the ground away and lowering. So bring your elbows slightly further forward. There you go, because you're hypermobile. So just take your hands slightly wider, lower and lift. So less neck, more shoulders and ribs. Lovely. Are your elbows equal and balanced? I feel like this one's sticking up a bit. Go. So push the ground away. So this, okay, whilst you got that going, this is the equivalent. So I've popped the band underneath my shoes. My back is away from the back of the chair, and I'm rocking whilst keeping my shoulder blades squeezed together. So this actually works those core muscles, but the focus is just to keep those shoulder blades back and down. Lovely long spine. Whoop. Whoop. Okay. So Pat, you keep going. Pat's going to start to think about coming back into an upright position. So she's found herself on the floor. And she's going to find different ways to get back up there. Don't worry about it. Where's your cramp? My foot. Cramp in the foot. So any fashion. So she swung her leg around. Now what happens here? What's the law? The heel pump. Because she's been flat on the floor for a while and we don't want her to feel dizzy or anything. But what you need to do, darling, is sit down. There you go, sweetheart. See, that she did a little turn as well to sit down. Well done. Good job, everyone. Okay. So I know sometimes it feels like more. What are you doing?
I'm just throwing my glasses on the floor.
Okay. Do you need them?
No.
Right. Okay. Right. So staggered stance. Okay, we're just shifting weight forward and back, right corner, left corner, okay? So it's just this lovely diagonal movement. So forget about everything else, just shift. Shift. Lovely. Okay, so we got that, right? Yeah? Okay. What if we switch feet? Forward and back. So last week, Pat, We did this in the middle of the class.
Oh, did you?
So yeah,
Ooh,
because we were
your
challenging
balance bit,
balance.
yeah.
And so we were doing this in the middle of the session. Okay, so now we're all going to do this together because I've got a new piece of movement for you. So we're going to go arms from right to left, into right, and then up into a circle, back into right, to left, right hand opens the chest and comes together. So we go to the right and back, right and circle, into the right, into the left, right arm opens and close. Lovely, good. Right and left, right and circle, into the right, back to the left, right arm opens. Slowly. Open. And this is just to be nice and slow. And you'll notice we're just transferring our weight from the right to the left. Soft arms. Right arm up. Okay, so we're going to switch sides. So go to the right, left and circle, into left, into right, open up and close. Left side, right, left in circle, into the left. Beautiful. Right and open. You look so lovely. One. Circle. Lovely. Last time. Lovely. Well done. Okay, and settle. Good job. Okay, so if you want to stay in stand, you can. We're going to do some stretches with you and combine seated and standing. So firstly, again, if you're in stand, something to hold on to. Left leg comes forward. And we're going to just push out the bottom. So we're getting a bit of a stretch through your left leg. Okay, pull your toes up towards the sky. Try and squeeze the thigh on the left. Okay, here's the change. Foot comes down in stand, lean forward over that bent left leg and leave your right heel into the ground. So Pat is trying to get her right heel down towards the ground in sit. Lovely. This enables a lovely stretch through the back of the calf muscles. And release, switch sides. So the right leg comes forward, stick out the tush, lift the right toes towards the sky. Enjoy that stretch. It's really important. Lovely. Foot settles, take a little step back with your left leg. So we're just leaning in. And the idea is we're working on the Achilles. We're stretching through the back of the heel, focus on getting the heel down. Well done. Okay. Step together. Lovely. Take your right hand, pop it onto your right shoulder, send your right elbow to the sky. Now, some of you will be restricted here, that's fine. Now, you can use your left hand to nudge or to pull. If you're comfy, do what you need to do, but essentially you're trying to get your fingers down your shoulder blades. And this helps us to understand what's going on with your upper body as well. Okay, while you're there, arm comes up, leans across. So right hand to sky, bring it across. Again, hold on if you feel unsteady. Not quite done. Right arm goes across the body, squeeze it across and give it a hug. Lovely. Release. relax. Good job. Left side, left fingers to shoulder. Left elbow to sky. So again, give it a nudge. The idea is to get the fingers down the back. Okay. Hands to sky. Lean over. This helps us to stretch out through the sides of the ribs as well. We've got to think about our breath work and getting as much movement here as possible. We're not done. The arm comes across the body. We give it a hug in. Lovely. In sit, I want you to bring your left knee into your chest. So give it a hug. In stand, walk, walk, walk. Push your tush out. Okay, rise up, pump heels, switch sides. So draw your knee up, give it a hug. Do what you can. Okay, and once again, tush out, lean back, but this time, tuck your chin to your chest and create a cat shape. Big, oh, sorry, I just stuck my finger in Pat's ear. Sorry. Oh. Pump the heels, rise up. Okay, take a breath. Breathe out. Breath in. Last time, breathe. And bring your hands together in a round of applause. Well done. You were awesome. That was week 18 we've done. We're just trying to push those boundaries now and be a bit creative with how we move you to really focus on falls prevention. So I'm Helen Tite with Pat Taylor. You know the drill. You'll get the emails. Please follow the homework. Don't let me down. Keep going. You've got this. I'm really proud of you. And mostly, we really love the messages that you send us. So it doesn't fall flat. We keep those messages, and you're going to see more and more of those messages popping up over the upcoming weeks as we start to really celebrate our successes in our falls prevention program. Okay, over to you. I'm going to press stop.